Aloha, it's Tom Lesher with the weekly Pele Report. I'm down here on the beach today, and it is Sunday, March 20th. And welcome to the spring equinox. Equal day, equal night. The sun moves into Aries today. And tomorrow it conjuncts the planet Uranus on Monday. And what else have we got going? We got the moon here in Libra. We already had that full moon. I talked about that last week. I hope you had an amazing Friday night, Saturday full moon experience. Quite a time, quite a time. Now that moon has moved into Libra, and on Monday it goes into Scorpio. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday into Sagittarius, and Friday into Capricorn. So we've got that moon moving right on through. Again, it's been opposite Aries, going through all that stuff. This into Scorpio, it's a very interesting time. I'm going to explain it. I just want to get all the aspects out of the way first, so I don't forget any of them. We've got Venus conjunct Neptune this weekend on Saturday, right at the final degree of Aquarius, and then Venus goes into Pisces right after conjuncting with Neptune. Very, very powerful indication, because what's going on here is if you listen to my last week's report, I was in the cave, it was the birth canal, and this week, guess what? We have been spit out. We have been put out into our own, into our selfhood, into the new, into Aries. Yeah? And, this is a place of fear. Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars has that phobia. The moon phobia is always with Mars. And Aries and Mars in that first house has a tremendous amount to do with fear. And with Uranus there, this is a time of great uncertainty. It's a time of, like I say, getting spit out like these waves upon the shore, just pushed out to our limit, pushed out into the most independent, unique aspects of ourselves. And what is that? It is basically the unknown. So we've got the planet of Venus conjuncting with Neptune right in the sign of Pisces, on that cusp, which is the collective unconscious, and we are being exuded, pushed out into our separate own truth. So we've got Saturn here in Libra. Our relationships are not easy now. We're being tested, we're being challenged. There's a lot of obstacles to relating at this time. And it's all good, it's all right, it's all perfect. Because we've got Jupiter and Uranus right there in Aries. We're being pushed out of relationship, we're being pushed out of union, we're being pushed out of this sense of comfort and nurturing and safety and warmth, and into our own truth, into our own unique self. And sometimes that is very uncomfortable. I want to encourage you to follow along and accept this process. And part of it is an acceptance of pain, an acceptance of suffering. I've been speaking about this initiation process, and every initiation is painful. They cover you with fire ants, or they throw you in a pit with snakes, or, every initiation, this movement into manhood or into adulthood or into your feminine self, your higher self, always has to do with this acceptance of the human condition. We're not going to get off of this planet without experiencing ourselves in the full spectrum of human experience, and that includes our pain and suffering. And if we run and hide and avoid and use our addictions to cover up and just not feel or numb out ourselves to our pain, we are losing touch. We are losing an opportunity of feeling a deeper aspect, a deeper need, a deeper element that wants to be heard, that wants to be felt. So I'm not saying that we want to be masochistic and we want to hang out in our suffering relationships and just take a beating all the time. But I am saying that this is a time, particularly like, Monday, Tuesday, as the moon moves into Scorpio. Scorpio is conflict. It's conflict with forces beyond our control. Our partner's values, our partner's money. This is a time of like splitting things up and, separating and coming into a place where this is mine and this is yours. We want to unite and we want to merge here. And yet at the same time, I'm really feeling this call, feeling this need to step back, to protect, to feel safe within myself. And then you may step back and withdraw and not even feel safe within yourself. Let's face it, this is not a time of safety. Don't be looking for safety. Don't be looking for security. The more you can really step into courage. Courage is the acknowledgement of fear and yet not having fear make the choices. Knowing that we are in fear, that we're maybe having a panic attack, that we're maybe falling apart, and these things are all falling apart according to a divine, unconscious, spiritual intention that you set before you got here, and that we as a collective are experiencing. We are being pushed to the limits of our individuality, only to then reunite into the collective in a more conscious, creative, beautiful, harmonious way than we did before. This is temporary. This too shall pass. And we don't want to miss the opportunity of experiencing our deepest core fears and our deepest core needs. And through that, come into an appreciation and a love, a self-acceptance that includes the panic, that includes the anxiety, that includes our nervous system. Our identities are being shifted. If you got your identity from your partner, then your partnership is messing up and you're left with no identity. If you got your identity from your occupation, then maybe you'll get fired or you'll get lost or your company will go down and you'll have to form a new identity from that. If you're used to being the loner and the independent and the fiery, dynamic pioneer, then maybe that's not working for you anymore and it's time to gain a new identity as a partner. This is what is going on now. It's like musical chairs with identity. So get up off your ass, get up off of that chair, dance to the music, and yeah, one of the chairs is going to get pulled away, and somebody's going to be left standing in the middle. But chances are it's not going to be you. So don't get too strung out about it. I mean, if you really think about it, the Venus-Neptune conjunction is really a godsend at this time, yeah? On Saturday it's coming, but it's really Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and building. I'll get into next week, but, we got Jupiter opposing Saturn next week. Mars is going to be, jumping into Aries and joining the party, but for now I'm going to say that this weekend, as Venus conjuncts with Neptune, if you can manage through this week, to really have your courage, face your fear, really get into your own way and your own needs and your own self, then this weekend promises that there will be great opportunities to loosen up, to let down the flak jackets, to unplug your armory and to really blend and to feel a new joy. And I think that the greatest way to feel that joy right at this time is, besides all these people, I don't know if you can see them, they're all drumming on the beach. Besides drumming on the beach, go dancing, sing, play some music, and particularly join with nature. Nature is the renewing force at this time. Jupiter in Aries is connecting with nature and natural law. The Venus-Neptune on the edge of Pisces is going into the wild. Get out of town, you know? By yourself this week, and this weekend maybe with somebody else. But really, spend some time with nature, listening to the quiet, listening to the deep. Let your imagination soar, and you will get the vision. This is the time for the vision quest. Take it as a vision quest. It's temporary. Don't freak out. Everything is going great. Just keep repeating that to yourself. And with that, I will close for this week. I wish you the best and look forward to speaking with you again next week. Aloha. Namaste.